We laid out the claims there about Harry and about his US citizenship. It just is a story that won't go away. Should he be treated differently from any other citizen?
Absolutely not. I mean, I recently applied for an I visa to go and do some work in America. They're covering a world tour. They were very specific on the form, and you had to fill it out. And if you didn't fill it out correctly, I dare say it would have been thrown back in my face. He should be treated. He wants to be a citizen of America. He's made that clear. He's married to an American citizen, and if you don't fill the forms out correctly, you should be in hot water. I think that's fair.
You think it's fair, but do you think it's, and we keep mentioning this at the moment, a politicised issue? I'm going to come across to Ernest on this, Ernest, because we've seen a lot of politicised, as people claimed, issues in the last 24 hours stateside. But on this, what do you make of the claim that Harry is being used as something of a political pawn here? I'm just going to give the context to our viewers because this request for his documents to be released by the Heritage Foundation, as it's called, a conservative think tank. Harry, of course, has quite close Democrat connections. So is he being used as a pawn?
Absolutely. I think that there's a lot of unnecessary presumption being driven by conservatives over there in the UK. And I think that, honestly, they're being disrespectful to our customs. You know, who's to say that he did not go through the process correctly? Why is there so many assumptions based on things that are written in his book? I just think that it's really a bunch of people politicizing a bunch of do about nothing. You know, Prince Harry does not pose a threat to the United States. I don't think anyone would assume that he shouldn't be able to answer based on what is he doing? He's not a terrorist. He doesn't pose any criminal record that would suggest that he would be an endangerment in America. So I just think the entire conversation is just really a bunch of rubbish, to be honest.
Well, I don't want to oversimplify it, Ernest, but I do get the impression that quite a lot of Americans do enjoy the British royal family. Is it not nice, to some extent, to have Prince Harry, even if he's not quite in the royal family anymore, over there in the States?
You know, absolutely. I think that he has really embraced American culture. He is very modern, he's progressive, and he really represents the kind of spirit that a lot of particularly millennials and Gen Zers look for in a public figure such as him. So I think he fits in quite well, and he has fit in quite well. I mean, you have big Hollywood moguls like Tyler Perry let him stay at his mansion. You know, he's one of us in a certain sense.
Robert, you want to respond on that?
Well, I hear what Ernest is saying, but, you know, I think that what's important here is transparency. And it's not a right-wing organisation trying to talk about these things. He's openly said he's taking Class A drugs and a number of all these drugs. He may well have said that I've done it in the past with his form, but I'm not doing it now. And if that's the case, that's fine. Look, we've got the President of the United States who's in court at the moment for not so much not so much all the sort of awful things that have been going on in his life, but for actually falsifying documents and he's having an answer to it. So if there's nothing to hide, just show the document. We'll say thanks a lot.
I've got to say, it's quite a sort of compelling argument when you line it up against Trump, but then US officials, apparently, they can decide to waive any kind of discrepancy on the form.
Well, I respect the US officials. I mean, if the US officials are saying there is not a case to answer here, then you've got to respect them. The same as if an American a famous American who was applying for citizenship in the United Kingdom admitted to taking drugs and then got accepted, then we'd have to respect the British government too.